Navigating the premium shift in spirits. Elevate your brand with quality experiences.
Everything But the Battle podcast, where we focus on everything but the taste that's in your battle. As CEO of ttbmath.com, I will bring to you every Sunday, God willing, the latest in the marketplace. What is rising in value, going down in value, how sales are going, and what possibly is a forecast for the future. As we all know, it's been rough sailing so far this year. 2025 was the most devastating year in the industry, with some estimating that 30% of micro distilleries and even a higher number of breweries are either on the verge of collapse or already closed up. So is it all doom and gloom in the industry, or is there a very strong pivot to something else? As we spoke many times, value products, luxury products, products that have been packaged to resonate well with a specific sector. For example, your local population have not seen that downturn, as there's a strong identity. However, even if you did build on that, you will need, and you should have seen, a rise on the premium product. For example, someone that used to buy a 4-pack of beer will now be buying only for say $12 or $14, may now gravitate towards a $14 bottle of beer and one bottle, with a tremendous and a high emphasis on health, something that has not been seen in many years in the U.S., if ever. Health has now become a priority overall in the population. Some attribute it towards the greater use of Ozempic and other dietary drugs, or simply the surroundings that they're in. Regardless, with the march towards healthier living, we may see a shift towards the French model of higher spending on better quality goods. This does not bode well for those that emphasis is on the lower end product of mass-produced gin, mass-produced vodka, or beer. But for those that have been strongly building on the quality and luxury brand, this can be very good news. With a 5 to 6% compounded annual growth rate still in the forecast, and a greater emphasis on luxury products now, though it might be counterintuitive, may be the time for you to start building out that brand on a more premium note. This may be difficult, but well worth your while. A fascinating point to this is the craft brewery is now more focused on an experience than a drink. So you may have a lot more coming in towards the experience, the vibes of your beer brewery without ordering a beer. You need to emphasize on a better quality product and even a higher quality experience. Be it the vibes, be it the food if you're permitted to sell food, but people are much more emphasized, have a much stronger emphasis on a greater experience. On the wine experience, you need to emphasize again your location, your value, not price value, but the value for what you're priced at. People are not buying the cheaper bottles of wine like they used to because they're not drinking to get drunk. They need the experience. With the tariffs on Europeans ever higher, this is a tremendous opportunity for the wineries that can position themselves and capitalize on the premium price now on wine. Spirits and distilleries have been seeing a growth worldwide, and that is in particular of the, like we said previously, the quality higher end products. People are more mindful when they drink, but they want the experience. You don't necessarily go to a distillery to drink like a beer brewery, you bring the distillery home. This is a tremendous benefit for those distilleries that are getting their story out there, making their product something that, hey, you want to share a drink with someone, a business partner, have on your desk in the office, and build on that personal relationship that you are trying or you're courting at the moment. So when you take out a personal local product, it shows a loyalty. It actually will help your own company, and I see this at Terrabella.com, companies that use me for their gifting. It builds it because it gives them more of a conversation than pulling out a typical bottle. If you can build on that, you are very well positioned. An added benefit is if you're on ttbmath.com, you can actually create a QR code that will track your bottle and say over your story. Next week, we're up to ready to drink cocktails. Stay tuned. Thank you so much for tuning into our Sunday Everything But the Bottle podcast. This is your market.